Hello.
Hello.
How are we, people? Are you doing well?
Make yourself known. Is it episode 41 or is it 42?
I think it's 41.
Oh, right, okay.
I think, as far
You
as
do
I
that
know.
now, don't you, anyway?
I only did this one.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so this stream has been delayed several times for various reasons, but we're finally here. And that's what matters, ladies and gents. We are here. Hopefully you are here too. And we can all be here together. That's how it works.
Sound like you're operating a service or something in a church.
Yeah.
But
Dearly beloved, we are gathered. Or that sounds like I'm a priest commenting on the snooker. And it's good to see you all here today. And here we go. John Virgo is John Virgo. God, that was
what the fuck is that?
How long's it been since John Virgo played snooker? God. Anyway, that's how well up on various sports I am. So today, ladies and gents, we are delving back into the realms of heavy drumming. So Carrie has dabbled in various elements of this. She's done some double bass stuff and sort of various faster kind of rock grooves.
Hello,
Hello, Helen, darling. So today we're going to throw some other elements of heavy metal drumming at her and see how she gets on. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to warm up with some double bass drumming.
Okay.
Good.
Are you going to get some noises like I hear Helen? In your
Yes,
lessons?
because hello, meet again. Just to watch
Hello,
tonight, double
Jim.
basses. It's not just double bass, Jim. That's the thing. Any of this stuff, even if like heavy music is not your thing, using certain elements of this is really good for stamina building, for technique building. It all has its place, whether you play it in music or not. Right. So yeah, Helen was doing some of this stuff in her lesson, and yeah, the many for fuck's sakes and so I'm sure Carrie will follow in hot pursuit.
Yeah, I'm very vocal with things like that.
And Helen did really well, so you can stop putting yourself down, Helen. We had words about this. Okay.
We
So-
all do that, though. We all do it. Simon does it as well. Simon's terrible for it.
Yeah, you're all terrible for it. Okay, so Carrie,
Michael.
hello. Let's just get the feet going. So we just want to get a nice running motion at a comfortable speed on the feet.
Okay. Well, I've got sliders on, so I don't know if that's going to make a difference.
We'll soon find out.
Right.
If in doubt,
I
play
live
in bare feet.
sliders.
Or
Oh, no. I can put my socks on there, but the sensation of cold metal on
yeah,
my
you
foot.
can play in your socks.
Right, okay, because cold metal no, I can't handle that.
Remember, everybody, when you play drums, you will have a certain pair of shoes that work best for you.
Right, so
Or if you play in your socks, then that means you never forget your feet.
Sorry, I can never forget my feet.
No. So the trouble is with
They're
playing.
attached to me.
Exactly my point. So when you play drums, if
Yeah.
you play better in certain shoes,
Yeah.
if you forget those shoes, you're screwed.
Oh right, so yeah, right. I see.
So
where you're coming
but if you play in your socks, then you're always going to have your feet and your socks, even if you wear a different pair.
Hopefully,
If you've got no feet, then you've got some other issues to deal with.
from. Play with your elbow.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Okay.
So let's get a nice running motion going between the right and left.
Oh god, so it doesn't have to be in time or anything, does it?
We're going to see what happens. So and
Or just running.
yeah, so we want to try and get a You want to pick the sticks up as well?
Pick the sticks up. Why?
That's better. It's sounding a bit better now. That's more like it. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to start bringing in the right hand, just going ting, 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 ting,
Hang on.
ting on the ride cymbal.
Oh, run up it.
And the right hand is going to coincide with the right foot, obviously.
It is.
Good.
Okay, my foot's going higher up on the bass pedal.
Yeah, so
I've got to
remember,
find the
ladies
sweet spot.
Yep, let's find the sweet spot. Let's look at Carrie's feet and find the sweet spot. So let's quickly
Little further
refresh
down.
people on the idea of the sweet spot. So, Carrie, with your right foot, so
Yeah.
people can see, if you... Actually, that camera's a little bit dark, isn't it? But I don't think there's
I
much we can
prefer
do
it
about
that
that.
way.
Okay. But if Carrie slides her foot all the way up to the top of the pedal,
Leggings, look at that. Sorry, yeah.
and there's a toe stopper there.
Yeah.
Now, if you play in that position with your foot that far up the pedal, you're going to find you're going to end up using a lot more energy than you really need, and it will feel quite uncomfortable when you play.
Mm-hmm.
If you slide your foot all the way down, keep going. If you play there, so Carrie, play the pedal for me.
Yeah, it's quite hard.
It feels really weird. It
Yeah.
feels like you haven't really got much control. Now, somewhere in between, you're going to find that sweet spot on the pedal.
Mm-hmm.
So, Carrie, if you slide your foot all the way to the top, start bouncing your right foot, and then start sliding down the pedal. Try playing a bit faster. Yeah, no, that's it. Try doing that. Try going down a little bit further.
That's really weird. About there.
Yeah. So I generally find when I'm playing, about there is kind of probably about an inch or so from the stopper.
Mm-hmm.
Your foot will change positions as you play and as you get used to this. But that's generally where I find a good sweet spot is for the pedal.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so let's get that double bass going again.
Like that.
Yep.
So the
That's it. Now we're going to try and bring in like a groove. Boom, ka, boom, ka.
oh, my foot's going
Well,
up.
that did something fantastic. That did something fancy.
It did, but hang on, let me just try and move a little bit forward. It always feels right. So
If you've moved your seat, you may need to start sort of doing the feet again. Just to
I did. What do you mean? Move my feet again?
As in, just play with just the feet. If you've moved your seat, it will change your position.
Only a little bit.
Yeah, but you want to try and get that steady. Dun, 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 dun.
It feels so unnatural sitting far further back, though.
You don't want your feet to be.
I thought your knees have to sort of hug the.
They do, but the angle of your leg going down, you don't want your leg to be. It's good to sort of people can see here. Hello, there's my follow my finger. Hi. Your leg does not want to sort of go, for example, across and then back in on itself.
Is that a right angle?
Yeah, and I find, again, everybody's different. I find if it comes out and then goes down, but a slightly forward angle, so just a little bit of angle towards the pedal from the knee.
Right, I think it's about there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so have another go. Let's get the feet moving. Okay, and then start trying to bring the hands in.
Oh, it is hard. That's a bit better.
Easy,
yeah.
Tiger. You can try at that speed if it works for you.
We'll just keep doing.
Let's have another go because we want to just try and get that going. Okay, good. Now what we're going to try and do, we're going to try and start and stop it. So we're going to try and go 2, 3, 4. So we're going to just
Still use the hi-hat
still use the ride. Yep.
or whatever it is.
So
yeah.
just try and start it and stop it.
Oh,
That's it.
is.
Yeah. That idea. Yeah.
Hang on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, is it?
Yeah. That was a little bit better. That was better.
Oh, hang on. That's hard. Sorry.
Yeah.
God, that is difficult, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hang on. Okay.
because it's once you've got it going, when the feet are running,
to stop it, it's difficult to coordinate.
yeah, and then start and stop. So that's a good little practice. Practice getting your feet going first, and then bringing the hands in to get used to the sensation, and then work it in doing a bar and then stopping, a bar and stopping, just to try and get you used to be able to. Yeah, Helen had the same issue, and you will doing this because it's not easy what we're trying to do here.
But we're using different parts of our brain, aren't we?
Probably, but because I learnt the other way round to do this. I started doing it in small bursts and then trying to build up to longer. But the problem with doing that is, I found then as soon as I went to try and to do longer bursts, my feet just couldn't hack.
Sorry.
You know, they couldn't follow that pattern for too long. If you can get the pattern for a long period of time, then dropping it down into snippets will be easier, I think, personally, than doing it the other way round.
Okay.
So that is the first thing that we want to add to our practice list. Now, I tried this with Helen. Blast beat drumming. This is great fun. Now, the idea behind this is when you play blast beat drumming, you hit 3 drums or 3 items on the kit all at the same time. Snare, hi-hat and kick drum, or snare, ride and kick drum. So either way, we are going to use the ride and the snare for this.
Right.
Now what you need to do is you need your bass drums to be going and you need to be hitting your snare and ride at the same time. So
what, like that? All together?
All together. So if you were to do it slowly, you go everything together with your right foot, everything together with your left foot. So bam, bam, bump, 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 bump.
So we would just my right foot now?
We'll go right, left, so you're alternating the feet.
So?
Yeah.
Oh, God, hang on. Like that? That sound.
Oh, that's weird. Jim said his
YouTube stream is gone.
Is anyone else having issues with the YouTube stream? Please let us know if you
Do you
are.
want me to try and log in on mine? See.
I can check mine.
Okay, so was I doing that right?
Yep, so like bat.
Oh, it didn't do anything.
Now, you want to use it's not a power exercise. So just use nice gentle hits, because believe me, when you get up to speed, you are going to need to be relaxed and the hits aren't going to be stupidly loud.
So?
That's better. Yeah.
Just keep doing that?
Yeah. Now I want you to try to do it faster. Good. Now try and just settle into that feeling. Okay. Now, I've just checked the YouTube. The stream is still there, so it might just be your end, Jim. I'm not sure what's going on there, but at least you're on Facebook, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Now, the speed that blast drumming is played at is...
That's quite fast, isn't it?
Because the idea is you create this wall of sound and energy. It's like a barrage.
Yes, yeah, I can picture it in my head.
Yeah. So, the way we achieve this... Now, again, there's multiple ways you can do it. You can start off slow and build the speed up. I find it's kind of a bit counterproductive because the technique you need to use for doing the faster stuff is very different compared to... I've got to plug my phone in because it's dying. There we go. Is very different to playing it slow. So what we do... Yeah, it's bizarre, isn't it, Jim? So what we're going to do, we're going to... Do you remember when we talked about bouncing the stick and going like... Ba, 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 where you kind of flick the stick to get the bounce?
Oh, God. Oh. Like that.
So what we do, we
Can't
use...
remember. Didn't you do the like the Spelliana Patronum thing?
Actually, it's a very minimal movement. When you hold your stick, if you just flick your finger against the stick will kind of bounce.
Like that.
Yeah, if you hold the stick quite tightly between your thumb and first finger, and then you push the base of the stick with your ring finger, that will bounce the stick.
Will it?
Yeah, remember you're not using your wrist. You're using watch my
like that.
Yeah, so the stick will move. So if I hold it like that and then I push it, the stick will wobble.
Yeah.
If you apply that,
but
that's it. So now if you put your stick, the right hand stick on the ride cymbal.
Like that.
Yeah. Now try bouncing with those fingers.
Hang on.
So sort of rest. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Now you want to be using those fingers as much as possible.
Oh, that feels really weird.
It will feel weird.
Okay.
Now try doing just a quick burst. Try going like bap 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 bap.
Really? Not very easily.
No, it won't be to start with. It's one of these little techniques that takes a fair bit of practice.
Yeah.
Stick control, something I did right from the start. Yep, it's very important trying to get as much stick control as possible when you start. I didn't quite get the blast drum because I couldn't get my left hand to bounce quick enough. That's just because one hand is stronger than the other.
Yeah.
It's all it is just putting in more time into strengthening that hand. So what we're going to do, I want you to use it on the snare drum. Okay, I want you just to try and go ba 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 ba.
Hang on. It's really hard.
Try with your right hand.
On the snare?
Yeah.
That's the stick head bouncing as well.
Yeah. Now what I want you to try and do, I want you to get a double bass speed going, kind of like just on the double bass, on the bass drums.
Oh, with
Yeah.
hang on. What is going on there?
Are you leading with the right, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Give it a bit more power, probably a little bit faster. Okay.
Right.
Right, so get a comfortable speed. That's it. Now with the right hand, I want you to go ba 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 ba
What, on the snare?
Yeah, just try going 1 2 3 4 5.
With one hand?
Yep.
I can't.
Okay. Let's drop down to a single bass drum. Okay. And I want you to do it boom, sort of and doom, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I want you to go ba 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 with the right hand. Da 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 da. And the bass drum will just go 1 2, yeah.
Ugh. Is that right?
Yeah. So we're trying to get used to that feeling. And then when you kind of got used to that feeling, I want you to,
Horrible.
yeah, then try and do 8 hits or ba 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 ba.
That.
Yeah. That was good. And is that using that bounce technique?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, my hand's going to hurt today, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Now try the left hand.
Oh, this is horrible. Hang on. With 8 times.
Try 4 to start with.
What was it again? So.
Sorry, 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh. I'm actually gritting my teeth because I'm trying to concentrate so much.
It's a very tricky technique.
It's not too bad. It's just sometimes a bit weak. Oh, hang on.
Because the idea is what we do is we start off doing just a group of 4 or 5. Then we lengthen the amount of time that we do it for. Because what we're eventually hoping to be able to achieve is that bounce, so sort of going and just keeping it going just by using that sort of flick technique. You will sort of use a little bit of the wrist in there as well. It won't just be completely static. You will kind of throw a little bit of technique in there, but you'll be using the bounce of the drum, and that because when you hit, obviously, the stick comes back, and then you flick the stick down to bring it down again. So you're working on that motion.
Yeah.
If you sit there and do it this kind of speed, so just hold the stick and literally just rock your hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's basically the technique. And now you can sit there and do that. And then when you get faster...
Look at it on the camera, that looks really weird.
Huh?
On the camera, your stick...
But that is the technique sped up.
Yeah, I can't do that yet.
But doing that is a really good way, because you can feel there's hardly any effort used, is there?
There is. At the moment. Yeah, it feels very odd. And my stomach's in the way with my left hand, so...
Well, your left hand should be...
Left? What? Further back?
Yeah, so... I mean, when you use your left, just, again, do the same. So just rock that hand. But remember, you are going to have a lot more control with your right than your left at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the idea is, as time goes on, we get used to being able to do that technique, and then we speed it up. I'm seeing my left hand is rubbish. That's yeah, there we go, and it just peters out. But we then speed it up, and then we get it so that it's consistent. And once you've done that, that not only helps with, say, if you were to do blast drumming, but if you were playing fast, sometimes you can do fast rolls like that. You can do fast ride and hi-hat work like that. And especially if you're doing things like, you know, little sort of flicks and things on the hi-hat, that all aids in that kind of... So you can do it with barely any effort whatsoever. But that's one of the things you would need to practice to achieve that kind of thing. Okay, so we are going to go into the realms of... I think we've done something like this before. We're going to go into the realms of Slayer. Grr, arg. Good old Slayer, one of the original thrash metal bands. Now, the signature... what was the... Dave Lombardo from Slayer. One of his signature kind of drum patterns was the really fast... It originally started in punk. And it's that kind of boom, ba, boom, boom, ba, boom, ba, boom, boom, ba, but using 2 bass drums and speeding up. So boom, ba, ba, da, boom, ba, ba, da, boom, ba, ba, da, boom, ba, ba, da, ba. So we are going to show you how you do it slowly, and then we're going to show how we slowly increase the speed. So first thing we're going to do, the hands are just going to go... So you're going to use... I'd use the ride, because you're going to need 2 bass drums for this. So your hands are just going to go ride, snare and ride. So boom, ka, boom, ka, boom, ka.
Like that.
Yeah.
Right, yep.
Now your bass drum on the first tap is going to just be a 1 bass drum. You don't play bass. Yeah. Then you're going to go right, left on the bass drum. So you're going to go boom, ba, boom, dum, ba, boom, ba, boom, boom, ba, boom, ba. Right, left. That's it.
Yeah.
Cool. Now the aim for there is now we want to start increasing that speed. So
Okay.
get that pattern comfortable first.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want you to just increase the speed a bit.
Oh.
Stay about that speed.
Oh. Yeah.
Cool. Can you go a little bit faster? Okay, stay there.
Yeah.
Cool. That's pretty good. And obviously the aim is you get faster and faster and you'll find your feet will be barely moving. They're literally going bum ba ba da bam bum ba ba da ba ba ba. It's all turns into just basically flicking. You're not going to really be using a lot of power because you're just going to be like bum ba ba da ba bum ba ba da bam bum ba ba da ba. Good again. That's where that fast hand. Bum ba. So if you imagine bum ba ba da ba bum ba ba da bum bum ba ba da bum bum ba ba da ba bum ba ba da ba 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 ba. That's what we will be aiming towards.
Okay.
But that was good. Well done. Right, so let's start looking at some little fast flicks with the feet. Now, we talked about this before with bass drumming. I'm just going to have a... Because I've got a singing thing tonight, I'm going to have a vocal zone just to keep
They
everything...
smell like weed, those things.
They do.
It's
They
weird.
stink. Yum, 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 yum.
Ugh, that sounded weird on the microphone.
Yum, 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 yum.
No, you made that weird noise. Ugh, I hate those noises. Shouldn't have said that.
What do you
'cause
mean?
I'll just do it for ages.
What's that called? There's a name for that, isn't there? Where people make all weird noises.
Yeah, I can't. What, ASMR?
ASMR, is that it?
Yeah. You've got glitter on your face. I know how you've
Have
got
I?
that. Yeah.
Oh, it's just my homosexual
Dazzling face.
homosexual vampirism showing through. I'm getting my Twilight on.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Is that what it is?
I think so. Now, with double bass drumming, the faster you go, the less power you use, and also your foot position will change. If you play
No, I was laughing at. I just thought because you said you were getting your Twilight on. I said, well, you could have just been saying like with Gary Glitter, but then that would have been inappropriate.
yeah, there are so many famous people who turned into paedophiles.
Yeah.
It's just we just don't know who we can talk about anymore.
No.
But
Sorry, carry on.
so what we're going to try and do is I want you to just do a right, left, then a snare. So ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da.
With both hands, isn't it?
No, just a right hand on the snare. Or actually left hand on the snare, because that's what you would use.
Oh. Yeah.
Good. Now what we're going to try and do, we're going to try and speed this up. But what I want you to think about doing when you do,
Right.
now this may work, this may not. I want you to think of the feet being like a flutter. So like you're doing a quick dance, just like a bada. So just a...
Right, left,
literally,
right, left.
yeah, just a quick... da-da-da-da, just a,
Right.
yeah. So let's try that and let's see what kind of speed we can get to.
Oh, sorry. It's right. It's just 3, isn't it?
No, it's 4. So you... That's it. Nice. So let's have a little zoom in on that footwork. Do you reckon you can go any faster?
Probably. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Keep missing. What is going on? I'm missing my sweet spot.
That's still pretty impressive, though.
Keep missing out
Yeah.
that note.
But you can you feel the difference? Now, if you do it really slow, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, that is right, Jim, as well. I find that.
Yeah.
You lock into it, don't you?
Now, do you feel you're using a different technique when you're playing slower to when you're playing faster?
I'm probably tensing up more when I'm playing faster because I'm focusing on trying to get faster.
Yeah. And
That's 'cause I
that
haven't got a
will
very strong
relax.
core or
That will
legs.
relax as time goes on.
Yeah. It's just an unnatural muscle memory at the moment.
But what we need to be able to know is if our foot can handle the speed we're playing. So,
Right.
for example, if you go da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, that kind of speed,
Yeah. What? Sorry. Is
yeah,
it?
the right foot is going boom, boom. If you think bada-bada-da, bada-bada-da, right, right, right,
Yeah.
right, doing boom, boom, boom. So what I want you to do is I want you to go right, 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 boom, 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 boom. Now with your left foot. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm now drumming with you, and I missed that last bass drum beat when I sped up.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because your left foot's a little bit weaker.
Yeah.
Now let's try going a little bit faster. Let's see what speed go dum 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 dum.
What, my right?
Yep. Bum 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 bum. So bada bada da bada da da bada da bada da bada da bada da bum bum. Right, try the left foot. Bum 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 bum.
Oh.
Okay. So if we can do it with the single feet, that means we should be able to do it together.
Right.
So now let's try going ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da,
What, that?
da-da-da, with your snare drum as well. So
That?
yeah.
Okay.
Can you go any faster?
Oh, God. Hang on. Let me just try and get... It's hard to keep your feet in the sweet spot on the things.
Yep.
Because they move about everywhere.
It's just practice. Hello, TL,
Hello,
you handsome
TL.
devil. How are you, sir? You've joined
is
us just in
hard to-
time to look at Carrie's ankles.
It's harder.
You're doing really well, though.
It's harder to speed up.
Okay, so those are fours. Let's try a triplet. So right, left, right snare. So ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba.
Hang on. But yeah.
It'll feel a little bit weird
It
to
does
start
feel
with. Almost think of your left foot when you do this as an afterthought. Just think of your right foot main. Just think of sort of the left when I do it. So if I'm sort of like, yeah. Try doing it this way: snare, ba ba da ba, ba ba da ba, ba ba da ba, ba ba da ba. So you start
Start
with
with snare.
yeah, ba 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 da ba. Ba. Now try lightening the feet a bit. Try just going for a bit more of a flick.
No, that feels weird. What are you talking about?
So that you're not doing much movement. Like ba 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 da ba, ba ba da ba, ba ba da ba.
Well, it's hard. No. I can't.
Try the opposite. Try giving it some welly.
It's... I don't know why. Hang on. It's hard to keep that going.
Okay. If it's hard to keep going, try doing this. Ba 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 da ba, ba 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 da ba, ba 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 da ba, ba. That's better. That's much better.
Oh.
Yeah. So you just need that little gap in between.
Mm.
Right. Let's try going a little bit faster. Ba 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 da ba, ba 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 da ba, ba 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 da ba. See, that was more like the flick. that you were doing there. Good. So keep trying that.
God, that's quite. But yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky. It takes a while because what happens is as you're doing it,
My legs are freaking tired as well.
yeah, they will be.
It's all my extra
You'll
exercise.
try to make little micro corrections because you'll be like, no, this foot's not going in right. I need to put a little bit less effort, a bit more. Try and space this out a bit more. You'll do it. The more you do it, you sit there and do it. The more you'll start to correct yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to give any excuses. There's no point. But yeah.
No, it's just how it is. We're
No,
learning.
my legs are
anything.
tired. But that's what the reasons for that is.
Okay. So let's start using some of those fours that we were playing around with. So we're going to do some fills and crashes. Okay. 4 on the snare, and then you're going to do a crash, and you're going to do 4 on the feet. So you're going to go da 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 da. So your crash is going to be on the first bass drum hit of the 4. So 4 on the snare, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then go for a bass drum and crash, and you're going to do 4 bass drums.
Sorry.
Ba 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 boom 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 boom.
Hang on. Is that it?
Yeah, so da 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 boom 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 boom.
But then on the boom 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 boom, the first note of the bass is the hi hat. The
Crash.
Crash, right? So like that.
Yeah, use one of the crashes in front of you. Yeah, that's a crash.
Ugh.
Try going a little bit faster.
No, hang on. Let me just get this. Let me just lock it in. No. Why can't I do it all of a sudden? Fuck's sake. Is that it?
Yeah. Yep, it's just one again. Repeat, repeat, repeat.
Yeah.
Now we're going to try. One of the most fun things about using double bass is putting it in fills. And one of the most
Sorry, I'm yawning so
It's all right.
badly.
and one of the really sort of good fun ones is doing right. So going, you're going to have right hand on the snare and left hand. So you're going to go right hand on the snare, left hand on the snare, right bass drum, left bass drum. So ba 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 boom. Yep, and then you're going to go your right hand down to the floor tom, left hand to the first tom. So in our case, be the second tom. Yeah, and then you're going to go right, left, bass, bass.
So.
Yeah.
Ugh. What? So that.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now the aim is to get that nice and fast. So you're going like so you're literally bouncing. Now you want to imagine it like a wave passing through your body. So you're kind of, it starts in hands, ba da boom, and there's a ba ba foot ba ba dum dum. So it's just this kind of wiggle going down your body. You can try it by just going snare snare bass bass, going ba da 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 ba da.
So right, let me just. No. Am I doing that right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Anyway.
try giving the hands a bit more power.
It's playing so out of time.
the trick will be to either speed the hands up or slow the feet down a little bit so that everything matches.
I don't get what you mean.
It's just because the feet were going a little bit quicker than the hands.
So that version was all right, the one that I just
That was
did.
better, yeah.
So we'll just keep doing that?
Yeah, so you would just keep practicing that. So we're not going to run through you doing all the practices. We're just showing some little ideas that you can then sort of practice. Now, one of the other ones, a really nice little fun one, we can go ba-da-da-da-ba-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. So 1, 2, 3, 4, bass, bass, 1, 2, 3, 4, bass, bass, crack. Like, so you go 4 on the snare, 1, 2, 3, 4, bass, bass, 1, 2, 3, 4, bass, bass, and then a snare and a crash to finish. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
So...
Yep. And it'll be a snare and a crash to finish. Together.
Oh.
Yeah, so ba 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 boom boom ba 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 boom boom psh.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bass, bass. Yeah, it's just hands together.
Hands together?
Yeah, you'll crash and snare together. Yep, and just loop it, keep going.
Oh shit. Oh shit, that wrong as well.
When you do your final hit, the crash and the snare, really lay into it. So if it bada bada da da bada bada ba ba ba, so you really make a finish of it.
Shit. That sounds awful.
Getting better, so you can hear it slowly improving. Again, the control will come in from the speed of the feet. It's getting the speed of the feet to match the hands, because at the moment the feet are going that little bit quick. So when you're sitting there practicing, you will try and at the start it's just getting the coordination of everything. As you go on, it will be a case of trying to match everything up together. Jim says, I slow right down to get my timing right on new things, sometimes down to 40 BPM.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you have to. Especially if it's something a bit more complicated. But there is a thing I've found, say, where with certain techniques and certain patterns, playing them too slowly, especially double bass drumming, if you were to sit there going like boom, boom, ba, boom, 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 you use completely different technique when you play slightly up speed. So it's better, I find, in that sense, to try just going that little bit faster, getting those feet moving, getting them at that comfortable speed rather than... because I find that's counterproductive when you drop that down too slow. Right, let's try going round. We're going to do one of the other heavy kind of things when it comes to drum rolls is doing, I think some people called them like bottleneck rolls or something like that. There was a name for it. I remember Nick Barker from who used to be in Cradle of Filth and Dimmy Borger. I think he used to call them something like that. And what it is, it's rolling around the kit, and it's where people do like sort of, it's either straight fours, or you do straight fours and you use crashes as well. So it's like boom. So it's just those really fast. So let's start off with a slow drum roll. So we're going to go just on the toms. So I want you to use tom 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you'll start off on the little one.
Right, so we now are including that one.
Yeah,
now.
we're going to include that.
Right.
Now you're going to go just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to bass drum on the first beat of each one. So Yep, and again. Okay, and I want you to just pause after you've done it. So diddle 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 diddle. 2, 3, 4. Diddle 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 diddle. So you'll do an extra hit at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And your foot's just going to be keeping count basically with it. Dugga 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 duh. 2, 3, 4.
Do I use that then?
No, your bass drum is going to be the one that's keeping the time. So your bass, yeah. Bada da da bada da da bada da da bada da da ba. That's it.
God, that first tom is really poppy. Really sensitive.
I can hear a weird... There. Can you just hit the... Can you just gently hit the rim of that drum?
That sounds weird, isn't it?
That's because it's 2 different pitches. That drum is triggering off a lower... Right, that's something I was going to need to sort out then.
It's that, isn't it?
Yeah. And there sounds like there's some weird other little rim shot in there. Okay, now the aim of this is we want to slowly get faster, and this is also a good way to assess your weaker hand.
Yeah.
Because, say, at the moment, when you're on that first tom, can you just go with the bass drum on the first tom for me? Yeah, see, now look at how you're holding your stick, your left hand, you're holding almost very lightly. So
What's
remember,
wrong with that?
because you're kind of almost... You're too delicate with your left hand, so you're almost playing like kind of.
I don't get it.
All it is you want to be trying to mimic the technique of your right hand with your left hand. So your right hand is stronger, and your left hand is kind of like almost like that, sort of floating around.
Okay.
Rather than where your right hand is more controlled.
Mm-hmm.
So try and, as you're playing, try and look at your technique and try and mimic. So go again. That's better. Could you hear the difference?
Yeah.
Okay, now try doing a roll like that.
With the bass drum?
Yep, and going around the kit.
Hang on. Is that better?
You can hear it's better.
Random snare hit by my knuckle. It gets worse. It goes here.
That's just getting used. That's just getting used to moving around the kit. Okay, now what I want you to do, on the hit where you're playing the bass drum, I want you to hit a crash. So there's going to be a crash on each first hit of every 4. So you're going to be.
So.
Yeah, pick a crash that is, efficient for where you are. Right, but remember, your second hit is going to be a left. What you're doing, you're going right, right. Yeah. Yeah, to get used to it, pick one drum. Say that tom straight in front of you. Yeah, and just practice going crash dum bum bum, crash dum bum bum, crash dum bum bum, crash dum bum bum. And bring the bass drum in with a crash. Okay, move on to the next drum, do exactly the same thing.
That?
Yeah, you pick whichever crash works best for you.
No.
Yeah, and what you're doing there, you're just programming little pathways in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're getting used to the sensation.
Installing.
You are installing.
No. Anyway, yep.
Yeah. doing stuff like that is a really good way just for acclimatizing to a drum kit, because even though you might be making the same motions, as you move around the kit, your center of gravity might change a little bit. You might not have your hands at quite the right angle, so you almost need to go right. Program here, program here, program here, program down here. So let's go for each tom. Go for tom 1 and just do that. I want you to just do a couple of repetitions with bass drum. Okay, now move around onto the next tom.
Oh. Ah!
And remember, use whichever crash is more convenient.
Ah. That's hard.
Check how we're doing with time.
51.
51. Cool. Now that's really good. Now all of those, everything that we have run through so far requires a lot of practice, just repetition. These are kind of those basic building blocks, especially like groups of 4. And this isn't just for heavy metal. This is for general rock drumming. Now, if you just sit at the kit and played on each drum like you were for 2 minutes, at the end of those 2 minutes, you're going to sound completely different to what you sounded like at the start.
Yeah, I do that when I practice. I put a song on and I'll pick out various bits I want to learn, and then at the end of it I'm like, oh god, that's a lot better than I was before.
Yeah,
because everything tightens up.
And you don't have to do this. You could sit there at your kit. You could be watching something. You could just be watching something on YouTube and just running through those motions. You know, all of this is just conditioning.
Running through the motion.
Yeah,
going through the motions.
Well,
life is going through the motions.
So by doing that, you're programming, you're developing technique. Also, you can start doing things like doubles as well. So like bum 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 bum. So on the drums, if you pick a tom, and
I don't understand what you mean.
You're playing just one tom, so the one right in front of you, and you're going to go right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left.
It's triggering off something else, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
What is that?
It's like all the rims are programmed to the wrong drums.
It sounds like it's coming from the left, like a...
All the rims seem to be triggering off that floor tom.
Yeah, but the one is exactly the same when you hit the rim.
Yeah. That one isn't. Okay, right. That's something I'm going to quickly tweak after this stream.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what we want to be doing is working on these things. It's just pure repetition. The more you do it, and this is why people have practice pads. You can sit at home, you can be watching something, and you can just be doing all these techniques on a pad. And so if you can't afford to buy a practice pad, find an old mouse pad and stick it to a piece of wood. That will give you almost basically this, what I've got here on my desk. I've got a rubber mat. Ideally you want it quite thick, and then it's on a piece of wood. That will give you as close as you can.
Thanks, Jim. Oh, I have played a couple of jam nights. Are you talking about the one in Braintree, or do you go to the one in Hatfield?
I think, Jim, which one do you go to, Jim?
Because I know does Glenn run it now, or does he just play the drums for it?
Glenn just plays the drums for the one in Braintree.
I can't remember her name.
Susie, she sings there sometimes.
No, who is it that runs it now? Because of Zed.
Oh, Zara sometimes sings there, but it depends who's available. But yeah, there are various jam nights, and it's a really good thing that if you can go to a jam night, even if you're just playing a song that requires a basic beat, that's good enough, because you can just pick. It can be a blues number, it can be just a basic rock number. You don't have to do it. He does the Crown. Yes, Romeo Corner. Yep, I know it well.
Oh dear, I don't.
Yep. So yeah, even doing something like that is really good, because it gets you up there playing, it gets you used to being around musicians, and you don't have to do anything fancy.
Yeah.
You can be as basic as you need to be.
Well, I've done some bass, haven't I, at the jam nights? I've done bass and drums at the jam nights.
And the great thing about jam nights, if it's a good and well-run jam night, they really appreciate people, especially people who are quite experienced, getting up and giving it a go. And you won't,
new, yeah.
Yeah, you won't get any. They'll be really supportive. I know the guys at Braintree are really, really supportive and really good for when you get up to have a go at stuff. So they don't take it overly seriously. It's all just about having a good time.
Yeah, there was a lovely crowd in Braintree, wasn't there? There was Zaza.
Zaza, that's the one.
Sorry, it took me a while to realise. I'm rubbish with names anyway. But yeah, there was always there was quite a few bass players, wasn't there, that would come up. There was the saxophone man.
Yeah, you get all sorts of people.
That's one of the people you should get on your channel.
Mr. Paul Sanders. Yep.
You should get him doing doing the saxophone.
I will do. I'll give him a buzz.
That's an idea for one of yours.
Okay, everybody, we've only got a couple more minutes, so just want to say well done, Carrie.
Thank you.
Splendid work. So remember, anybody, there is no quick, short, easy way to get better at this stuff. The more time you put in, the better you will get, and the more time you put in at the start when you learn, the better you will get. Just make sure whenever you're practicing, try and practice both sides of your body equally. So right hand, left hand, because otherwise one will start to drag the other down. There's no point having a really, really strong right hand if your left hand can't keep up, because all your drum rolls will be really one-sided. You won't be able to, play at the speeds you want to do. So practice.
Thanks, Helen.
Even if it's just playing straightforward beats on the kit, play right-handed, play left-handed.
Sorry, I just remember, for some reason just had in my head somebody's like right side being like really strong and like lopsided because they're like overly practiced on one side and not the
People
other.
have done that. People have actually done that.
Really?
Yep.
I could just I've got such a weird mind. It just goes to weird places quite a lot. But
all right, everybody. I've got stream later tonight. It'll be 8:30, and we have Mr.
Noel?
It is Noel. He is an incredibly talented singer, and I am shitting a brick because he can sing stuff that I only dream of being able to sing. So it's going to be interesting seeing if I can even remotely keep up. So there'll probably be a few squeaks on my behalf while he just sails through it like it's no problem whatsoever. But we're also going to quickly find out why this drum is making these weird noises. So all the best, everyone. You take care. And if you're about later on, please tune in. It'll be really good fun.
Thanks, everyone.
All right. See you later,
See you
everyone.
soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.